Greetings everybody and welcome back to another livestream recap. I'm ImagineerDave, the host of this channel, and today I'll be taking you through the livestreams 111 to 120 of the Create SMP series. As some of you might know, in these livestreams we work towards Minecraft's most realistic railway together with some friends. Let's dive into what happened starting at livestream 111. In episode 111, we continued where we left off in 110 and gave the depot over at Shepperton Harbour a floor. At first I started making it by hand, but in the end I figured Schematic Cannon would do a better, more efficient job than I would. When the floor was done, or well, partially, we started working on the tracks near the depot. As you can clearly see, I was quite indecisive about them at first. In episodes 112 and 113 we designed a new factory complex that would arise at the other side of the river. This would eventually house some food factories and will be the depot for future lorry deliveries. Of course, before we could build the new factory in game, we had to clear out a little bit of space at the start of episode 140. On the other side of the river, in the middle of the forest, we started chopping up some trees and clearing some terrain so that our main building, which will also be where the steam engine is, could be built. After our building was done, it was of course time to start up the steam engine for the first time ever. In episode 115 we started off with a quick little mining session. Whilst removing the trees and digging up terrain, I stumbled upon some caves and holes which I wanted to light up. Of course, when that was done, it was back to more terrain cleaning and getting the grounds ready for our maintenance building and deliveries building. As you can see in the video, this part of the building will be the closest to our main rail yard, Shepperton. At the end of episode 115 we did some more work at the other side of the complex, where we chopped up some more trees, did more digging and made more terrain ready for us to build the final building on. In episode 116 we laid the foundations for this last building, which was going to be the actual processing plant of this factory. Inside of it I already worked on a new egg sandwich farm, so that we have enough food to keep the speed up in the future episodes. The sandwich machinery is based on the principle of grinding into flour, watering the flour into dough and then baking it off to get some fresh, warm bread. A production line is of course not set up in one episode. So in episode 117 we continued with the egg sandwich line, and mainly the egg part. Eggs have to be cooked in order to be ready for the sandwiches, so after building the actual belt we constructed a little oven for our eggs to be baked. When this was done, we finally had a contraption which could automatically make egg sandwiches for us. As the depot itself was done, in episode 118 we did cleanup around the area. We added a road which would eventually go to our new project area, which will come up soon, and when the night fell on the factory we started lighting up the area to prevent mobs from spawning. A little quick fix of a hole and voila, a new addition to our world. In episode 119 we started to decorate more of the main line coming out of our base, starting at the main intersection. A railroad bridge was added in basic style to accommodate the trains that go out of Shepperton. Together with some retaining walls they added a nice facade to the railway coming from the lake. After this, the most important connection was laid to our future area, a road bridge going up at the side of the railroad and going over to connect to some new space for expansion. Later on in the episode we connected up the last road, so now we have roads going all the way from the main station towards our new future expansion. The last part in this recap is that in episode 120 we started clearing the ground for future expansion. With this future expansion we also had to clear the old spawn shop building to make space for, well, new shops and a new future for our citizens. After clearing out the area, the backside of the bridge got an upgrade, and well, the rest we left for the future upcoming episodes. And that's it for this recap. After these 10 episodes, our world is slowly expanding away from the main area and giving us more possibilities in the south. Over here we will eventually build a town to serve a homestead to all of our travelers and as a nice spawn location too. As always, I want to thank you all for following along, as it really helps me to stay motivated and make more ideas and plans. If you want to check out these live streams, be sure to join my Discord down below to get notified when I'm live, or follow me here on YouTube to get community notifications. As always, this is ImagineerDave signing off, so bye bye!